are going to be concentrated on the routine cleansing and nourishment of the five senses. Maya Tawari, in her book Secrets of Healing, says the Snehana therapies, and Snehana means oiling, and not all of these therapies that I'm demonstrating have to do with oil, but many of them do, especially when you go through Panchakarma. The Snehana therapies for eyes, nose, and mouth are becoming a lost art in contemporary living. As simple as they are rejuvenative, the routine observance of these procedures enhances the senses and maintains clarity, freshness, invigoration, and joy in our lives. The sense organs are our only apparent means of communication with the external world. By maintaining them in excellent health, we are better equipped to use the innate cognitive abilities that braid us with the universe and our own sacred journeys from the beginning of time. It is impossible for diseases to take hold if the sensory organs are kept in excellent health. I am in the kitchen this morning getting ready to prepare my herbal tea for the day. And so I've got a large pot of boiling water going here, and this is a thermos that I recommend that the people who are watching who are in Ohio, the UK, Wisconsin, Salt Lake, and Idaho, you can prepare your tea in a thermos now as the weather is getting cooler. It's still so hot here in Texas. It's supposed to be up to 90 today, so I'm going to just drink my tea at room temp. So I've got a 2-quart jar that I purchased at Michael's with 3 tablespoons of my herbs at the bottom of the jar. And you would do 1.5 to 3 tablespoons depending on how strong you want your tea in the thermos as well. The thermos is just 1 quart. And you can purchase 2-quart thermoses if you want to have the 2 quarts during the day. But for my Radiant Living program, I recommend at least 1 quart a day of your personalized tea blend. And then I have in this little cup here some organic chrysanthemum flowers and organic jasmine flowers, because I will demonstrate how to do an eye wash. I noticed this morning that my eyes are bloodshot, so I thought that would be a wonderful thing for you to see some of the techniques for eye care in Ayurveda. Here are the 2 teas steeping. The tea that is for the eye wash is steeping, and I will only do that for 4 or 5 minutes because these flowers are very delicate and they do not need a long steeping time at all, especially if they are in your tea blend and you're going to be drinking tea with jasmine or chrysanthemum flowers in large amounts. You want to make sure to either steep them separately for a short amount of time or just steep the whole tea for a short amount of time, because your tea will turn really bitter if you oversteep the flowers. Chamomile will do that too, and also rose petals or rose buds. And there's the tea blend there. I have the flowers in a proportion that will not make it bitter, and so I am just going to leave the herbs in that tea all day and strain and sip as I go. I've got this fine strainer here, and I'll often strain it over the sink in case I spill. But you can just sip and strain as you go. By the end of the day, the herbs, some of the herbs will have been sitting in there for a long time. So what you're drinking at the end of the day is what is called an infusion rather than a tea. An infusion is a stronger version of tea. And then with the leftover boiling water, I decided to add some fennel seeds, about a tablespoon, and I'm going to create a 5-minute decoction with the fennel seeds so that I can make a gargle for myself. And there's a shot of the fennel seeds. Now I strained out the fennel seeds, so in that teacup is just the fennel decoction, and I will add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is really good for mouth care because of its antibacterial properties. You can think of it as Listerine, but from Mother Nature. And it's very helpful to be gargling with turmeric if you have bad breath, or if you're noticing cryptic tonsils or any sort of mouth sores. And the salt will help with the mouth sores as well. And the fennel is anti-inflammatory, pitta reducing. So there are specific dosha gargles, but this is kind of tridoshic, and it's the one that I favor and prepare for people during Panchakarma. Even though this strainer, I already strained the jasmine flowers and chrysanthemum flowers through this, you can see this strainer has really big holes. And since this substance is going to go into my eyes, I want to make sure that there's no particulate matter from the plants that goes into my eyes. So I have decided to pass this tea through a few layers of cheesecloth. And that should do the trick. And I also have my glass eye cups sterilizing in here. I haven't used them for a while, so I just wanted to make sure that they are sterile so I don't insert any problems into my eyes. If you would like me to create a customized Radiant Living detox and rejuvenation program for you, please email or call to schedule an appointment. My email address is patricia.wickman@gmail.com, and my phone number is 715-529-3061. Please visit the Radiant Living website at www.rlyaa.com for more information and pricing.